Hi and welcome to the craft station. I'm Elisa behind the camera and this is my miniature house Soho time build series.
Oh boy!
Hi and welcome back to my miniature house build. In this episode I'll be getting the floor finished and building the main frame. So as mentioned in the previous video, the floor needed painting. So as you can see, I've painted all over, but I've left this area that will have the floor paper glued to it. So let's see what else we need. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot more to it, but we're going to start off with building the floor. So what we are going to need is, as you can see here, K47 and K34, 35 and 27. So we need obviously the wooden piece and we need that there, which obviously is the main piece for going onto that, and then we have the 3 rugs. So I'll go and get these cut out and I'll be right back. Okay, so there we go. I've got all of the pieces cut out like so. Now the good thing about these is you don't necessarily have to use what is provided. If you wanted, if for example you didn't like the patterns on these papers, then if you've got paper that you do like, you can just use that. Or maybe if you wanted to use a proper piece of material or whatever to make the rug, that's fine. You can pretty much do whatever you like with it really to scale. But in this instance I am actually using all the parts that come with the kit, as it's my first build. So what I'm going to do first is glue the large piece down onto the board, and as it's such a big piece I'm going to use a brush and glue the glue on, brush the glue on, so it'll be a bit smoother finish. Now what we need to do is get this lined up as best we can, just roughly, so that these circles here line up with the holes under here, and then we're good to go. And yes, I know there's still pieces I haven't cut out here. They are a bit tricky when you're trying to cut them out, so what I'll be doing is like I did with the pictures. Once everything's dry and stuck down, I'll use the crafting knife and tidy it all up, and also any edges that might be hanging over as well, and yes, cutting out these holes. So let's get gluing. So that's the main piece down. I'll leave that to dry a little before I glue down the rugs. So there we go, that's the base initially finished. It has, I don't think you can actually tell from in the picture, but unfortunately the paper's bubbled a little bit. But when it's laid flat, you can't really tell too much. Again, these don't look absolutely brilliant how I've cut them out, but the wall and side window will be slotted into these, so it will be hidden a little. So let's get and stick these down. As per the picture, it shows us in that kind of a layout. So we'll twist that around and see what it looks like. So that one is pretty much in the corner like that, and that one just underneath, and that one over like so. Okay, but I suppose again it's how you want to do it. You don't have to follow the guidelines, you can put them wherever you want to really. So let's get these glued down. So there we go, that's the floor finished. I'll just leave it here to dry properly before we start gluing in the wall and the window. Okay, so this is now all glued down properly. There are a couple of little pieces I've noticed that are starting to lift up a little bit, so I'll glue them down at some point. But for now, we're going to be attaching the wall and the window on the side and across the back, and it should look like that one. Okay, so let's get gluing again. So there we go, that's the two side walls up attached to the base. Okay, so now that that is all done, what we need to do now is glue in the windows so they look like there, so you can probably see a bit better from the back view. So I need them pointing, let me get this the right way around, so that they are like that, if you can understand. So I've got to try and get them glued like so. So I'll have a look at that first. So I'll gently lift this up. Those are now glued in. I'm going to leave them for quite some time to make sure they are properly and well and truly stuck before I do anything else to that unit. So I'll gently pop that up in the corner, and while that's drying, we now need to make this little box here, which is these three pieces here. So it's pretty straightforward, it's just a case of gluing that one like that, and that one like that. And what the box is for is to store the little battery pack, which will get made once everything is all glued and stuck down together. So let's get this little box all glued. So there we go, there's that all glued. I don't want to touch it again because every time I touch it, it keeps moving. So I'm just going to leave it to dry, and I'll be back shortly once everything is 100% dry. Okay, so as you can see, we have this part all finished. I'll just carefully turn it around so all the windows are in, everything's all stuck down, and the little box on the back, that's also stuck down. Okay, so yes, that little box is for these here. What this is for, it slides literally into there with the on-off switch, which is on the side here, and it just slides into there like so, as you can see in the picture here. So all that's left to do now is the ceiling, which has the light, as you can see there, and obviously it has a working bulb and all the wires. So we'll do that in the next video. So all that's left to say is thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, and you'd like to follow the series, then please give me a like, click the subscribe and hit that notification bell. And until next time, stay safe, keep crafting, and bye for now.